Welcome back, everybody, for another episode of Inside the Mind of the Searching. And you probably noticed that there is a turkey on the screen right now. Yes. This artwork has been created by the lovely Miss Bean. She actually made this for my birthday, which I'm very grateful for, and I would like to thank her from the bottom of my heart for actually doing this, because it means a lot to me that somebody would actually put all their time in this for creating this. So, thank you very much, Ms. Bean, for doing this for me and giving me this lovely artwork for my channel and for my birthday. And before I continue, I would like to also thank everybody, because me and Ms. Bean did a live stream, voice letter from Canada, for my birthday on her channel, and I would like to thank everybody who came to that live stream and joined us and the conversations that we had. I really appreciate for spending time with us. It meant a lot for me that people showed up, and we talked about several things, but I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you very much for joining us. It was actually her idea to do this, because I asked her actually if she would be willing to do a live stream, like for one time, just to see how it would go, and instead of doing the recording. And she basically said yes, we can give it a try. So, and then she told me, like, why don't we just do it on Monday? And Monday was my birthday, the 29th of July, and I was very surprised, and I'm still very grateful that she was willing to do that. So again, thank you very much, Ms. Bean. Now, what has happened to my channel, what I've been doing the last week? Not really that much, I have to say. I continue with The Darkness. The Darkness was finished. I also finished the game Shadow Side. I'm still working on the Dream Machine for recordings for my channel. And lately I've been looking a lot at indie horror games, or at least like short horror games on itch.io, which has been a lot of fun. Found already a lot of good games, I already recorded and posted on my channel. If you guys are interested, you know where to find me. And I made a playlist on my channel as well, free games on itch.io. Go check it out if you're interested in it. I've also started playing Layers of Fear, and this is also a game I got as a present from Miss Bean. Yes, she will be a lot in this recording, I guess. So thank you so much, Miss Bean, also for giving me this game. It was already a game I was looking forward to, and I have mixed feelings about the game, actually. I played the Layers of Fear, I think, was it last year or the year before? I think I did it for Halloween week, which I will be doing also this year as well. And if I have to make the comparison, uh, Layers of Fear 2 with Layers of Fear, then till now I'm not really that impressed with Layers of Fear. It started very interesting, um, but I did notice that um, I feel that the game is not really progressing in any type of way. It's moving forward, but I don't really know what the game is trying to explain to me right now. Because you're going from one place to another, and they're dropping a lot of um, dialogue in the acts that I'm going through right now, and I have very mixed feelings about it. I don't really know what they're talking about, honestly. It's very complicated. Um, I thought in the beginning that the story was about some kind of director, a movie director, and he wanted to shoot a movie at a boat on the ocean somewhere. And I was following that idea. I was like, okay, it could be interesting. And then suddenly, I think it was through Act 2 and 3, and then continuing on right now, that the game completely jumped overboard. And now we're getting these other dialogues of two kids. And I'm not really 100% sure where this is actually going. But I'm very confused with the game right now, which turns me off a little bit. Because I like games or horror games or psychological horror games with a deep story where I can really dive in and really try to understand and feel what they're trying to tell me. But with this game, I really have mixed feelings. Um, and I think I'm now at the last act, Act 5. Uh, for what I've heard, there are only 5 acts, so the game will probably be finished tomorrow, I assume. In the hope that you and I, for the people who are interested in this game, will get some answers, because I'm really, really confused right now from what is really going on. And it's a shame, because I think the first Layers of Fear was more intense, had a more darker twist to it. Um, and the story was more self-explanatory, if I can say it like that, and more straightforward. Now with this game, like I mentioned before, they're jumping from one place to another, and it gets very complicated, very mixed up. Um, so I don't really know where it's actually truly going with it. But I will finish it, and then I'll probably give my my ideas or my thoughts about this game. Um, but I'm looking forward to the end, just in the hope that they will at least explain something. Um, but we shall see. Well, I have also started playing 2 other games for live streams. Pathologic Classic HD, as it was a game actually I came to know from actually seeing a trailer video of Pathologic 2. And honestly, I've never heard of these games before. The only thing I know that there are a lot of people who knew the game already and really enjoyed it. So I started playing as well. Um, and I think that was, let me just quickly check. I think that was also around a week ago. Yeah, around a week ago. Um, and it's very intriguing. Um, it's a HD, so they actually say a remake. Yes, a remake. Yes, excuse me. Yeah, remake. Um, so they made it to HD, and the game looks interesting. It's extremely story driven. Um, till now, I only have done 3 streams um, of the game. Um, there's a lot of talking involved. Like I said, it's very story driven. But I'm very intrigued with the characters till now. It looks very interesting. I don't know where the game is actually gonna go to. How long the game is, I have no idea. But I am planning on trying to finish this, of course. Um, but like I said, it's a game with a lot of talking, so I try to keep the streams at least to like 1 hour, like I do with my other streams, depending on how much I'm enjoying it till now. Um, but it's very interesting. I'm curious what is going to happen. The story is interesting as well. Um, it's about a couple of people that are being murdered in a town, and there's rumors, I guess, from a cult or a conspiracy with some families, and you were supposed to meet up with a friend because you got a letter from him to meet him in that town, and then from the moment you arrive, he actually was found dead. So now you actually have to try to figure out what actually happened and who actually murdered him and stuff like that. So I'm very intrigued till now with the story and the characters. Um, there's a lot of backtracking right now, but it's not to a point that it gets annoying. So I will definitely continue with that game as well. Um, another horror game I started playing was Dead Secret Circle. Is actually the sequel to Dead Secret. Dead Secret I played, I think, a couple of months ago, maybe a year ago. I think it was a game I found on PlayStation 4, which I really enjoyed. And then I noticed on YouTube that it was actually a Dead Secret Circle, but at that time I didn't have a computer, or I didn't have Steam account, so I wasn't really able to actually look into the game. And it goes a little bit in the same style as the first one, so that's a good thing, because I really enjoyed that one. And yeah, it's also about a murder case, and yeah, we're gonna see where that goes as well. Like I said, I've been playing a lot of small horror games from Itch.io, and having a lot of fun with it. It's just something I want to like throw in there in between the live streams and the other recordings. I know I've been neglecting a little bit more now the Dream Machine and Dead Spank as well, but that will definitely continue on for the next couple of days. Also, what I would like to talk about is lately I've been trying to focus actually on learning Japanese. I think I talked about this also in the recording of Miss Bean. Yeah, she comes in the story again. Excuse me. I think I talked about this also in the recording of Miss Bean that we did. That the way I'm actually doing it is I'm trying to learn one word per week, trying to pronounce it every single day. So the word actually, or sentence, depends on what it is, of course, stays in my head, and I really try to focus on it. Try to remember it. and I'm really enjoying it a lot because I noticed that I'm getting more Japanese viewers on my channel and in my live streams. Um, and also, I would like to thank you for that, um, for joining me. It really means a lot to me that you guys actually come and join me. Um, Maybe because you're curious who I am. And there was something else I would like to talk about. I know I'm a little bit of like rambling right now, um, but I wanted to do this recording because I would like to focus on this, to do this every single week. Oh yes, there is. Yes, this is probably gonna be the last thing I will talk about for this episode. um, I noticed that a lot of Japanese viewers they call me by the name Turkey Hunter, and there's a really funny story about this whole Turkey Hunter business. Um, so I was thinking now that that Miss Bean made this artwork also, and as you see a turkey with three different colors. These are the colors of Belgium, to the black, yellow, and red. And in the middle of the turkey, which have been said, is actually Turkey Hunter. um, in Japanese writing. So at a certain point, I started to think about, what if I can make something out of this? What if I can do something with the name Turkey Hunter? And because I kept thinking about this because the name Turkey Hunter came from when I was playing Don't Starve, or Don't Starve Together. Um, so I started really like brainstorming about this, like what can I do with this? And at a certain point, I realized that, what if I made my own story in Don't Starve? What if I can create a whole new series and use one of the characters from the series itself, from Don't Starve, and build a story around that character? So I started brainstorming. Started brainstorming a little bit more and more about this. And now the last couple of days, I'm starting to write things down, like to really write a story around it. And I don't want to reveal too much yet. The only thing I could actually say is that I will use a character from the Don't Starve franchise. Till now, what I've decided, it could still change, but for now I'm focused on the character Wigfrid, supposedly the female character, the Viking-like character, who one of her perks is that she loves meat. And the reason why I actually chose this character is that, and to create the story Turkey Hunter around it, is basically because, yeah, turkey is meat, and they would have a better connection with her because it does a lot of healing. And I started to think even deeper into this because I want to, like I said before, I want to create a story around this character, my own story that I would read or write. So what I could actually see is that what you can see from Van Wigfrid is that she comes from the, well, she looks like a Viking, so from Nordic times. So when I was thinking in that perspective, I started thinking, what if I could use Norse mythology in this and build my story around that? And maybe there will be people who think this is a little bit too far fetched, like maybe I'm thinking too far with this. Um, but I'm doing my research and try to learn as much as possible about the character Wickford itself, about Norse mythology. Um, so till now, that will be my idea. Is that I would like to have like a whole new series. I can't really promise anything, how long it will be, but um, probably if I will do the recordings, if I will start doing the recordings, I don't really know when yet. Till now, I'm starting to actually play a little bit with Wickford just to get used to her and trying to get her know a little bit better. Um, so I can't really tell how long this series will go on. Maybe it will be a series of maybe 10 parts, 10 episodes maybe. It depends on how I feel about this. um, but if it's possible, then I will continue with this, of course. And I will include all the parts in it, like the seasons and everything like that. Everything will be in the game. There will be no modifications whatsoever. Um, so that is a little bit my idea I have about my story for the new series that I have in mind. Like I said, I don't really know yet when I'm gonna start doing it. It's building up very slowly. So I'm starting to write things down daily. If I have an idea that I can maybe implement into the game, I will write it down and I will look a little bit deeper into it, how I can then use this. Um, oh yes, there are two more things I would like to talk about, and that's probably going to be the last things I will discuss. Um, I've noticed that on my videos on YouTube, there was no option for Japanese subtitles, and I started thinking more about my Japanese viewers, that maybe I could actually help them to implement Japanese subtitles. So from now on, I think from the last three last 3 or 4 playlists, I've implemented Japanese subtitles, so you guys can actually understand better, for the people who are interested, of course. For the people who know English, to understand a little bit English, but it would be easier if there would be a little bit Japanese subtitles in it. So I fixed that now. So now it should be available. If you click on a video, then you have the choice to go to any language you want, and click on Japanese language for subtitles. From now on, that shouldn't be a problem, I guess. Um, and there was something else I wanted to talk about, and now I completely forgot it. Oh yes, okay, I remember. The last thing I would like to, I think I posted something yesterday on my Twitter. I want to ask my Japanese viewers, because I'm starting to get more interested in Japanese culture. Now that I'm also learning the language a little bit more, I want to go a little bit deeper into Japanese culture itself. And I asked you guys on my Twitter page, um, what is the most annoying thing that you have to go through um, in Japan? What is the most personal annoying thing that you go through, or what do you find annoying in Japan as a citizen of Japan? And what place would you recommend me if I would be considering of actually traveling to Japan for vacation, what place would you recommend me to go and see? Um, and this is also the reason why I'm asking you guys this is that I want to get a little bit more involved. Like I said, for Japanese culture or in Japanese culture, and I would like to learn a little bit more. Um, so I would also do more research about this. But for me, it's interesting to hear it from you guys to what you find annoying, what could improve in Japan, and what places would you recommend me to go if I would consider of visiting Japan. So again, there will be Japanese subtitles in this video, so you can always follow it like that. If English is a little bit too hard to understand, at least you have some idea what I'm rambling about. But anyway, I'm gonna stop it here, guys, for this week, for this episode. Thank you very much again for joining me and Miss Bean on my birthday. Also, thank you for following me still on Twitter, retweeting my posts. Really appreciate. Arigato gozaimasu, and I will see you next week, I guess, for episode 5. So yeah, bye bye.